Okay, up. Okay, all right. Yes, it is up. Right. All right. Welcome back to Axis and Allies. Here, I'm going to be playing some games from the Majors League here, organized on the Axis and Allies 1942 online Discord. And I might play some ranked. It does depend how long these turns take. Right, let's get on with it. Of course, a lot of games going on at the moment here. Start with this one. Right, my opponent here is Tenagle. I think that's how you say that. I did showcase this same game in the previous live stream. And the game's still going. Let's have a look. I think it's slightly Allied favoured. As long as I maintain this Kazakh stack and Moscow and Karelia, I do think the longer I hold this position, the better it is for me. Alright, let's get on with the Japanese here. 5 infantry, 3 artilleries, and 3 tanks. 3 tanks to Manchuria, 5 and 3 to Japan. Bombed Russia, rendering it not functional anymore, so I have to repair it fully. Took India back, losing 2 infantry, so I'll definitely take that. This is a pretty easy take back for the UK. I should be able to maintain trading with Japan for India for maybe a couple rounds, we will see. Unless Germany air raids the unit, that's the only thing I'm kind of concerned about. But even if Germany does that, the UK can still send 2 tanks to guarantee the take. Will be more expensive for me, but so be it. Okay, let me have a look at some of these calculations for this game before I decide my moves. So, okay, on the allies, yep. So India, Karelia, Kazakh, and Moscow. Alright, so Karelia, as of right now, is a 100% to hold, okay? I think I've added units to this. Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried if Germany hits that or not. It's Moscow and Kazakh that are important. Kazakh, currently 24 to 10, 7 with an AA gun against. That would be, if I don't trade this, 19. 9. 10 tanks. 10 tanks. 2, 3, 5, and 1. Yep. As of right now, 82 to hold. I will be committing a tank to guarantee the take. I don't want to sack a plane for it. If I can sit in this position and just keep trading India every turn, I think this is fine for the Allies. just trying to buy time for the US to start stockpiling in Karelia so that Germany has to back off a bit. So I can start trading forward with the Allies against Germany here. Okay, that's okay. Moscow. 957. Okay, yeah, because he's moved these tanks away to Dead Zone France. One, two. Currently a 75. What was that note? US tanks. Okay, so US will trade Archangel, then the tanks across, which would mean that Russia would have roughly an additional. Okay, I have plenty of units. The Allies here, I don't think I need to worry about calculating too much. So, 2 infantry for Norway. Africa is safe as long as I trade India every round. I might move the US tank there, because the US tank will defend the UK infantry, or make it so that Germany might lose both of their planes. If he goes for the air raid, I don't think it's in Germany's line of sight here. Move the infantry across as well, might as well. And just move up. When it comes to Japan getting pressure on Egypt, I will send some units to Africa. Anything else? No, okay. What's going on here? 10 units to 4 transports. That's 8 with a... Okay, so I will have 5 transports coming back. So I have to leave 2 behind unless I buy an extra transport. Ten guys? Question is, do I go for like a tank build with the Americans to ramp up that pressure? Germany did fail Caucasus take, which was a very good result for me. So Germany panicked and put AA guns everywhere because the UK and the US have airstrikes, air and tank strikes on Ukraine. I'm not sure if I missed the opportunity with the UK to hit Ukraine here, but the UK needed to stay in Zach with their tanks, most of their tanks, and I want to keep trading India, so that's why I didn't take advantage of Germany failing to trade the Caucasus. So I could go in with the US. That's 4 tanks, 4, 2, 3, well, 4 fighters that are safe. I don't think I will. I think I'm just going to play defensively. There's no point risking my aircraft against his AA guns just yet. If the UK could hit this, and then the US could hit this, then I would go for it. But the UK could not hit Ukraine. I've just said. So yeah, 2 for Norway. I have a surplus of 1. Transport, buy 8 more since I'm moving 8 out. So I have 15 to spare. Do I start buying bombers? I think I do. Round 9, it's a good start. Good time to start. Either that or I buy tanks for Norway. I don't mind doing this. 7 and 3. Hey Rav. This is League. This is a league game in the majors. division. I'll showcase the table after this, after I've taken my turn here, I think. Yeah, this will be the buy. Yeah, I will put US tanks here because I want to beef up Moscow's defense so I can move more Russians down to Kazakh. Keep funneling in allies to the center of the map. US attacks will be to take this. Russia will trade Vologda. Maybe Novo. Oh, I don't know. Can I stack Vologda with Russia and Moscow and Kazakh? He's only got infantry, artillery, bomber, 2 planes. I have no AA gun here. I can't move that in there. Interesting. I'll have to consider that on Russia's turn. Besides that, is that everything? Where are these planes going? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 is safe from Japan. Germany has 1 bomber. I have spare destroyers. 1, 2. Yeah, just send everything. I mean, I might as well. And there's no kill like overkill. These planes can make it back to the carriers. I'm not moving down to Africa with my fleet. I can defend 8, I can defend 3 and 5. The destroyer is here to keep this sub away. I actually put my double sub here to try and bait this sub back, but didn't fall for it. They were on submerge, so why I went for that. Okay, yep, the stream is, as long as the green bars are fine, it shouldn't be lagging like it was last time. Yep, send my American tanks across. What's this transport doing? Nothing. Just go there, I guess. Alright, so I do definitely want at least double fighter here, unless I put the destroyers there. I think I'm more than happy to actually 1 destroyer there, 1 fighter. A bomber against a destroyer carrier fighter is just ludicrous to go for, I would say. Move along. Submarine. I'm going to move away from here because this destroyer can go to 59 and then trap me. I'm not interested in that. I'll go to 52. If Japan puts another transport here exposed, I'll just go back here. It's completely fine. So let's see. Let's have a look at Karelia. Apparently, I've got 26 men. 11? 18? Yeah, 24. So that's wrong. Okay. 5 dudes, yeah. No tanks. So that is not a thing. I think I will move the Russian tank out again. But I do have... Okay. What does Germany have now? Without any... Interesting. I need 3 American planes here. Double bomber. Okay. I mean, I just don't see Germany hitting this. So what I want is to defend 5. I will put double fighter because there are Japanese planes in the area. What does that look like? 26% for Germany, minus 47.4 attacker profit. I just don't see Germany hitting this. Yep, 957, 4-1. Yep. 28 versus 34 attackers. Yeah, I just don't see it. Double AA gun as well. See, can I switch my capture here? You can see what I'm doing. Yeah, so this is the calculation. 72 as it is right now. Yeah, I don't really mind the 26, to be honest. Yeah, happy with that. Alright, besides that, as long as this is defended, I do need a fighter there, so let's not make that mistake. Yeah. More than enough. That should be roughly 95 plus odds to hold. Season 5, we have a look. Germany's not going to hit it. Yeah, that's triple carrier, destroyer, 2 fighters. I'm just not seeing that. And then, yeah, fighter bomber against this is just not going to happen. I'll do this. I'm fine with that. Okay. So, yeah, logistics is done. 5 transports, 10 dudes. Yeah, overkill on defense. Overkill on defense. There's no point playing around. Yeah, Moscow is going to be interesting. I want to trade that, but I'm adding an additional fighter and 4 extra tanks. Yeah, easy 99. All right, let's lock this in. Yeah. What's this? Yeah. Yep. 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 Good stuff. Yeah, we'll definitely move that Russian tank back. The Russian infantry, I can't really move anywhere. They're just there just in case the US and the UK do fail to trade these territories. Okay, not sure what happened there. Bomber, yeah, 1, 2. 1, 2, yeah. Russia is rubble. Unfortunate. I could buy another Russian tank. Not really that valuable at all. Japan only has 1 bomber. Could save the 3. Could buy some artillery. So, on a good day, Russia will have 19. If I take Vologda. 19, 21, 7 more dudes. I think I will put a Russian there. So nothing is for free here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades for Germany. Save the 2. Yeah, I mean, I don't need to deploy here. Or does that work? 3 dudes. No, it doesn't. Doesn't work. Because that's 1 and 1. That's 3 and 1. No, I need that. Unfortunate. Okay. Well, unless I forego the artillery, right? Technically, yes. This is okay as well. So I only deploy 3 and then deploy 1 if I'm already putting a guy there. Interesting. I'll just do this then. Yeah, 2 and 1. And 1. Okay, so +2 and +1. Overkill. It's overkill. So I can move dudes into Kazakh. Kazakh is going to go down 1 tank. Let me turn this on again so you guys can see what I'm doing. Yeah, it's a -1 tank. That should have 9. Let's say I add 2 more Russians. 86. 3 more Russians. 90. Okay. Yeah, I'm more than happy with that. I'm not trying to dead zone. I'm trying to stop Japan. Trying to maintain this defensive position here. Germany being here doesn't really do much. In my opinion. Because eventually Germany will be scared off by the presence of the Americans. I'm just trying to funnel units to keep Japan out. It's working so far. Yeah, I mean, I have overkill. on Moscow. I do want that, so Germany does not get any ideas of trying anything. So I could afford to actually trade a little harder with Russia. And then the UK, I might actually consider the UK hitting this as well. Not to conquer it, just to kill the unit. It's not overly efficient for the UK to be trading with Japan in this area. But that would split these units in theory, right? Oh, I mean, there is a weird play. I could actually conquer that. I think I've already exhausted that option. I do think there's just way too many Japanese. Alright, I think this is fine. Just trying to limit Russia's trades as much as I can. That's good. There's always a chance of a double hit back. Then Japan fails to reconquer Vologda. So Moscow getting a +3, so that would be 19. So that would be 16. Yep, that's very good. I'll try and angle this better because I completely forgot this. My browser was still on the screen during combat. In fact, so Moscow actually has a bonus tank. Interesting. That would technically be wrong. Because that would actually be 12. Yep. Okay. Alright, so +5. 24 +5. 29 -1 for a potential trade of Novo. 28 94. Yeah. More than happy with that. More than happy with that. It's completely fine. Yeah, Karelia, that's definitely 24 men, 5 artillery. Ooh. Ooh. Didn't put any US planes there. What am I doing? That is unacceptable. Hmm. Yeah, that was a slight mistake. I think that's fine though. Let's just recalculate Moscow. I don't actually have 4 planes there anymore. He actually has a 30%. Okay, so I do have to be careful. I do have to be careful. I mean, a 30% on Moscow is insane. Yeah, I could have done with repairing that now. Set up. 14-3. He has a 20%. I mean, it's fine. If I'm going to offer 20% on Moscow, I should really offer roughly the same on Karelia, though it's not really something Germany should be hitting. Bombers before fighters, that's completely fine. Unless I just forego it completely. Add one more dude, one less fighter. What does that look like? 17% Karelia. Kazakh is a 91. Moscow would then be a 91. Yeah, normally when I do my videos, this stuff is cut out. So okay, yeah. 14, yeah, that's more than enough. I'm not messing it up. I mean, if I mess up somewhere badly, the UK can compensate for me. Wait, what am I? No, I am going insane. I'm actually going insane. I'm completely going insane. I did send, I was like, I don't know. What I was originally saying was right. Okay, so that's twice now. I've messed up calculating on my stream. Yeah, so Kazakh is back. Karelia, here we are. 94 as it is right now, so there's no worry there. Moscow gets an extra fighter. 96. 96, okay. Right, I think I can lock this in now. I don't think I've made any mistakes now. Yeah, bring that tank home. Artillery, double infantry and infantry. So Kazakh, yeah, potentially has 27 men if I do trade Novo. 90%. So 22 for Russia, so that's 7 guys. Okay, yeah, I do think this game is slightly Allied favored. As long as I can keep trading India, as long as the US keep funneling in, it should turn. I think I have the control here. So yeah. All right, let's move on. Okay, so round 16, I did actually showcase this one as well in the previous live stream. It's definitely, the tide's definitely turned. I was thinking it was a bit Allied favored, but Japan has, the Axis have had the eco advantage for a little while now, and Japan kicked me off of Baltic states. I had to give it up because I had to save Russia. Yes, this is Slevin here. I will say, round 16, he's a very good player, honestly. This is probably one of the better, very good at playing Japan, I must say. We go back to round 7, so more than 9 turns ago, he started going for a timing push of Moscow, and it has been successful. It has actually liberated Berlin from the Baltic stack. I just could not get enough pressure on Germany quick enough. By the time Japan had, he's built an IC as well. Yeah, I don't know. I think this game's Axis favored now. I don't know how I'm going to win this one. What I was saying, yeah, it's like I had to back off because I could not get odds on Berlin at the same rate as Japan was getting odds on Moscow. So I had to back off, chuck a bunch of Americans here so I can save. It might not even be saved because I've not actually calculated Japan's odds on Moscow right now. So from round 7, Japan's been going for a pretty obvious timed push. Round 9, I should say. 4 tanks. 3 tanks, 2 bombers. 3 fighters. 2 fighters. 4 artilleries. 6 tanks. Bomber tank. 6 tanks, fighter bomber. So it's just been so much pressure. And I haven't really been able to match that energy against Berlin. So I do think this is now a losing game for the Allies. And okay, so he's buying block infantry, which completely makes sense now. Japan's done their job, liberated Berlin, so Germany's not going to fall. So I literally just have to sit in Moscow for most of the game now, I think, and fight over Africa. Industry for Kazakh. I mean, I cannot do anything about this. This is the most tanks I've seen from a Japan. And yet, Slevin has done very well. Played very well with Japan tanks. I often see, especially in ranked, players misplay. They try and tank rush with Japan, which does not work. And I do actually feel, as someone who does enjoy Japan a lot, I do feel it a bit insulting to reduce Japan to just buying tanks in Kwantung and Manchuria if it's not an organized push, like Slevin has done here. The mindless tank rush is just doesn't do anything to Japan. And the Axis team. Yeah, 13 infantry, a bomber, industry for Kazakh. Took Anglo, 3. Took Libya, no units lost. Took West Russia, no units lost. So what I've done here is, ever since I've been kicked off Baltic states, I've come to the conclusion that I have to win by eco now. I don't think there's anywhere else. I don't think there's anywhere else, any way, and any other way I can really win. The point cap's not available to me. It is for the Axis though. He could try some weird push on one of the VCs. Yeah, this fleet's essentially useless now, except with this infantry. I have to leave guys here again. Okay. Essentially what I was doing here was trying to stack Italian East here to scare off this fleet so he cannot come back to 34, because this is the natural path for my US fighters to make it back if Japan has odds right now. I'm trying to shoo him away, which has worked. to a degree. Yeah, I do actually think, yeah, with the Egypt, I see this is just a losing game for the Allies because Japan has so much air force. I think Japan's just way too strong. Impressive. I've not seen a Japan this strong in this situation. Normally I can work around an early Baltic stack. It does kill Germany pretty quickly, but Japan, time to push pressure. It's just so the US gotta leave guys here. I reckon 2 infantry and a tank does the job. I'm gonna leave 2 infantry here. 2 infantry here. Maybe 1 dude. I mean, it's kind of a useless spot if he goes for. I don't have to leave. I'll leave 1 dude here. Yeah, 1 and 1, so I've got 1 transport worth coming back. Triple tank. And then 2 infantry, a tank. It should be more than enough against 1 infantry. I'll probably leave the bomber here as well. The transports, yeah, that's correct. Getting shocked. Is there any additional pressure here? 6 bombers from Japan. Yeah, I've been in this situation as the Axis, and this is winning for the Axis, so I actually don't know if I can win this one. Whether or not, I'm not saying the game will end early or quick. Right, 2 for Norway, so that's 4 guys. Got 9, 11, 4. Unless I reinforce French West. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 23 is safe. Did back off. I mean, his fleet is just completely useless. So I want to put my fleet in 10. Just in case Germany somehow pulls off a northwestern stack and then Japan stacks with their planes. That's pretty game ending. It's what I did to one of my previous season ANA League games against one of the players there. Devastating. I had like 16 Japanese planes dead zoning free. It was just ridiculous. Okay, I'll send these guys here. So that's 11, 13, 16 men in Canada. $16 men for 4 transports. Too much. Way too much. Okay. So these guys can retreat. Actually have to buy anything. The Eastern. I could actually just use what I already have. I'll have 2 guys. 1 guy. Maybe 2 and 2. Like, I don't have to buy anything. Alright, let's say I move 1 tank. That's 10. 10, 12. 12 for 4, that's still pretty annoying. Alright, tank, 7 infantry. Hang on, the math is not mathing in my head. There's too many numbers. It's too many. Tank 7. So I'm moving 5 guys. So I have 2 transports worth in 11. Get up to 10 transports then. Do I buy double bomber? I'm buying no men this turn. Okay. I'm pretty confident 2 and 1 tank is more than enough. I mean, what, a battleship infantry and a bomber? Nah, I don't see it. I don't mind. Bombers late game always excel. Is there problems with a follow-up after that, though? Let's just do this for now, because... Or, I need another 8, though, the turn after, which I should be able to get with this. Yeah, this will be fine, because I have to buy more transports anyway. Double transport at round 16. I have had to sack a couple US transports to exert some pressure over Africa. I actually had to sack a couple boats as well, and Japan cleared it with no losses. A bit frustrating, but what it is. Yeah, I think this will be the buy. So the US is forced to trade Baltic, Belo, and West Russia. US might as well try and trade for Logda, and I'm just going to have to retain as many units here as possible. Okay. Alright, so the Allied calculations, they are necessary. That is wrong. What am I doing? Allies Moscow defense. Let's have a little look, shall we? Currently 21, 23 infantry, 17 artillery, yep. 23 tanks, okay. I have to overstack Russia, because if Japan decides to go all in a certain turn, buys mass bombers again, and moves their fighters out, they'll most likely have odds. Can't really do much about that, especially with these planes. Okay, so a fighter. 6 bombers now. 80% currently to conquer. Right, so Japan did not bomb me this round. Good. Oh, that's annoying. 3 dudes. Russia will have 29 guys. Man, this is insane. I don't know where I'm putting these planes yet. I definitely have overkill on this defense. Alright, let's get on with the combat. I think I have too many allied units to stop Japan taking it this turn anyway, so let's just get on with the combat. There's no sneaky sub here. I can go 1-1 here because Russia can take. Double. Yeah, this is going to be problematic, because if Germany can stack Baltic, Japan stacks West Russia, that's just game end, I think. If if Japan can. Oh, I want to trade this as well. Yeah, there's a lot of trades for the US, and US you normally want to leave as the stacking power. You really do want to try and trade everything with the UK, but since I had to abandon trading the Eastern Front, the Western Front, I mean, the UK's out of the loop for trading this. Okay, the problem is if I abandon Tallinn East, they simply just move into 34 and take Tallinn East and hold this. So, oh dear, yeah, this is not good. A lot of fights to do without planes. Do I have to give up this? Do I have to give up? It's just a safe move because if I fail to take Anglo, if I hit it, no, that doesn't matter because tank blitz. Okay, so I have to come from here now. How am I gonna trade this? Yeah, Japan's just way too strong. Okay, I have to abandon this. Man, yeah, this is tough. Very tough. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can do that. I need something to trade this. So it's a 98 if I move 12 infantry forward. Do I have to bait now? Do I have to start offering to get back in the lead again? Maybe I can get away with offering like a 25%. Long term, this is not sustainable. Something has to clear. Something has to happen. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, wow, I'm really. Wow, I gotta start using my artillery here. That sucks. That sucks. But I'm trying to dead zone Baltic at the same time. But if I'm gonna abandon this position, which I think I have to, because Japan has moved their planes in range and more bombers can reach. Yep. I will have more US planes in Russia, Moscow, which helps the dead zone Baltic still. So I don't think I have to worry about that too much. So that's really all I have. Okay, what if Russia deals with Vologda? Why am I worrying about Evenki? Why am I worrying about Evenki? Yeah, drink. That only matters if I can trade Vologda and Novo. Oh dear, yeah, I'm gonna have to move more. Okay, I'll go with that. Russia will have to try and take both of these. I mean, I've lost a Russian fighter, so I'm asking a lot to pull that off. I might have to infantry artillery fighter and then double infantry tank. The odds on Moscow, I'm not worried about it. I have an extra 5 allied planes making their way across, so it's just not. So I can actually trade that. Okay. I do want to stop that. Because if I move these guys forward, then he just infantry air raids the target. Do I leave one plane behind? I mean, I could actually bait him to hit Belgian Congo with the 3 planes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 planes. That's the problem, right? Unless I leave the UK plane there as well. That's 2 ground, 2 air versus 4 air. So I have 3 American planes making their way back. Oh, gotta try something, right? I want to kill the unit. If the unit doesn't die, then I just have to hide in South Union of South Africa, and the fighter will have to just hang around here as well. Okay. Let's lock this in. This is going to be a risky round from the US. I'm asking a lot. But Japan has been making very, very successful one-to-one trades. So hopefully the dice shed some luck on my side as well. Okay. At the end of the day, especially with West Russia and either Bello or Baltic, Russia can just move a unit forward and clean up. One thing that is worrying is the state of free. But I think I'm going to have to leave the UK planes there to defend me. I do have allied ships here, it's fine. Alright, good luck to America. Right, I'm happy I overcommitted there. Good stuff. Oh, okay. Good stuff. Alright, outstanding. So far. For the record, I don't normally see my fighters hit on their first round. This is a very nice change. The air raid is still there. It's certainly an interesting move. I think I will offer it to him. It's an air raid, 4 aircraft versus 2 ground, 2 planes. I'll move the UK plane. Okay. Right, double infantry. This destroyer moves here. Fine. Just go here. Alright, well, I have to decide how many Americans are moving forward. Yeah, I'm not using my fleet to push Africa just yet. I have to make sure Free is safe from any potential northwestern stack. I want to keep all my planes in the center of the board as much as I can. So I need to deploy this tank here. It's fine. Why am I leaving a guy here again? Hmm. Okay, so I'm going to probably leave the Russian AA gun here just to stop any... Well, that's irrelevant if I take... I mean, Japan's not going to air raid this target with the planes, with the fighters. Only the bombers. I don't need the AA gun on Russia. I'll leave it here. Just in case Japan calculates a timed push by... Air raids, takes a risk, air raids this, and then the US doesn't have enough units to reinforce. Interesting. So I have calculated a dead zone of Baltic states. I just want to dead zone it. I'm not trying to look in. I'm not trying to stack it again at this rate. Where is it? There it is. So I'm predicting a rough estimate of 39 defending units. With that in mind, can I get away with that? There is definitely a 1-2 going on here. I do have a lot of planes here. 4. No planes. 5 planes, okay. How many bombers? 2 bombers, okay. So if, let's say, Germany goes in, how many Japanese air is there? 5, 2, 3, 4, 5 fighters now. So if Germany does some weird play, that's an overkill, okay? Let's do 8. At the end of the day, Japan cannot push this. Because America is here, here, and here. Russia is also dead zoning West Russia. Switch to this screen. This is what it looks like right now. It's just this is a rough estimate. I'm not sure how many the Germans can actually commit without exposing Berlin directly, right? If he moves too much, it might be worth a 50-50 risk on Berlin. Considering I think the game is now slightly Axis favored, very close. At this rate, if nothing changes, Axis will win the eco battle, in my opinion. He commits too much, and the odds, maybe even like a 30%, I might risk it because I do feel like I'm behind. Maybe. Yeah. If I leave 30 guys here, that's 48 attackers. Yeah. Okay. So the fleet, I'll look on UK's turn what 6 bombers look like. I don't think it matters where my fleet is. I don't need the fleet down south, like I've said, because these transports don't do anything. If Japan pushes forward with just their fleet, I have more than enough time to move back to 10 and buy something to dead zone and pushing anywhere near Sea Zone 10. That doesn't matter. No. Okay, well, I'm going to do this. I do get plus 10 next round. Yeah, I think the only way I can really win this is if I can stack Moscow and stack West Russia with the US. Okay. Right. Yep, 2 guys, 1 dude. Deploy the tank there. Overkilling on my surplus at the moment, but that is 8 for transports. That's good. More tanks from the US are coming. I do like that. And offer Japan to air raid this, I guess. With the UK plane, and offer a risky battle to him. No doubt it's slightly advantageous for him. He has better attacking dice. But if he wants to trade his aircraft with me, I think that's fine. Because I have so much aircraft with the Allies already. So. Definitely tank. Well, I might as well deploy the other. No, I'll do it there. It's fine. Yeah, the UK is going to have to start training pretty heavy here. It's completely fine. I could do some risky plays with this aircraft. He has 2 guys. I could, like, risk an infantry in all my planes. I have the option. I do have options. Yeah, I mean, a 2 against 4. Stacking the bomber before my tank, I just don't see it. Yeah, if he wants to do that, it's fine. I'll just retrade it. Should Russia get artillery? On a good day, 14, 16, 17. Yeah, save the 2. Going back to Moscow. $46, $49. 1, 5. Oh, I have overkill. 19 planes, 3 bombers. Yeah, okay. I can afford to do this. If Japan wants to air raid Vologda, be my guest. I'm more than happy with that. Good luck to Russia. I suppose I could have done 2 infantry instead of the artillery, but I want to guarantee the trade. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this game could just stalemate, if I'm being honest. It is, yeah, this game could stalemate. I'm not seeing how Japan takes Moscow. I'm just not seeing it. I don't know how I kill Germany. So it's just the stuck eco game. Leave the Russian guy just in case both allied members fail the trade. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, 1 off of 6, which sucks a little bit, but I can get 6. I can get 5. Yeah. Doesn't matter. I think Germany just matches. Germany did save. Did the big save. Round 15. So they had 60 IPC. Because I strategic bombed Berlin to minus 16. So Germany actually has a surplus of income. So yeah, Germany's going to get back up to strength relatively quickly here. He is online, so it might be a chance I can retake my turn in the same game. Ours and this one. Okay. All right, so now we have 2 fresh games. 2 freshly started games with Paw Patrol and Slevin again. I knew it. I knew he would do that. I knew it. This game's pretty rough for the allies. I knew he would go for that. That is sad. That's a very good result. Did I kill anything? only a cruiser and a fighter, kept the submarine to keep pressure on 61. Though the fighter would have had slightly more attack power. So obviously I've lost East Indies unless I can stack 36. Looks like a KGF game. I mean, considering how well Germany round 1 went, I think this was his only option. And that is, yeah, well, Germany got insane dice, so I suppose that equals it out. So I mean, might as well go over the overview here. Pretty bad West Russia result, and actually got a pretty good Ukraine result, but my response was to take a risk because I don't actually think it matters how bad West Russia goes. As long as you conquer Ukraine, that's huge, right? So, yeah, Russia had 3 tanks, and artillery, infantry, and an AA gun. So, I just purchased tanks, and I was gonna go for a crane stack. But then I thought, well, what if I try and strafe Ukraine and conquer it in the same move with the transport? Went in with everything that I could except my planes, and got a pretty good round 1 outcome. So I retreated, and then my infantry and artillery from the transport conquered Ukraine after I had retreated to Bello. It's a very good move if you can pull it off, because otherwise Russia, with their purchase, this is specifically an anti-Ukraine stack purchase. That's why I didn't really want to stack Ukraine. But I managed to pull this off, which is massive. A massive tempo gain on Russia here. And Russia has like a 10% Bello right now. Not too worried about it. But since Ukraine went so well, I decided to risk it and did a 5-1 split. Got a perfect result. Literally a perfect result. I couldn't have asked for a better German round, to be honest. No stacking, no trading. Okay, I'll take that. I'll just move forward. Maybe. Depends. I expect Russia to clear 16 because I might be hitting Szechuan with Japan, despite it being a KJF. Potentially a KJF. I don't really know what else I can really do here, except by KGF defense build. Otherwise, yeah, it just gets much. Okay. Yeah, bomber, submarine, fighter, infantry. This is like C. Brown's go-to move. I think it is. There's some or it's a variation. Buying that submarine for 35, making sure you keep this other submarine. And you can get pretty good odds on 61. Does force Japan to stack. Okay, well, but yes, a pretty good C zone 37. That's insane. Yeah, the UK 100% takes East Indies on their turn. So unless I can stack 36, I cannot retake East Indies. There's always a chance UK sacks. That doesn't really matter. Yeah, UK bomber. All right, so that's double bomber. double sub, cruiser, carrier, fighter. Now, what do I normally do in a KJF buy? Well, I don't need to transport this round. I think I have to. I just can't risk losing quick on a KJF. I'll just bite the bullet with Japan. It's fine if I can probably buy like 3 transports J2. It's fine. Catch up relatively quickly. What do I normally do? I think I normally buy... Was it 2 destroyers and a carrier? If I feel like it's just KJF? Yeah, I have to. I can't hit 53, right? Or do I have to hit 53? Yeah, that's the problem, right? If I hit 53, I cannot stack 36 and defend my transport. Alright, well, I need to do some calculations. I need to see what it actually takes to stack. $36. Alright, so double submarine. Yeah, fighter and double bomber with a carrier and cruiser. If I hit, I don't think I can hit Pearl. If I want to stack here, I can't hit Pearl. I would have a carrier. I can figure out that, and yeah, that's not happening, surely. I have to commit everything. Yeah, UK takes that all day long. I would take that, regardless of the profit. Especially if you're going KJF. If I add the cruiser, isn't that still... I'm pretty sure that's still worth hitting, regardless. Especially if he commits to a KJF. I would hit that with the UK. Because you want to thin out the Japanese ships. At least the 1 round strafe, at the very least, and maybe buy another new fleet of 35 in the same turn. Or I seed East Indies. Or I stack East Indies with my fighters. One, two, three. No. 1, 2, 3. I can get 2 infantry double fighter against 4 infantry. Cruiser bombard. Fighter bomber. Don't like that. Yeah, I think East Indies is gone. I mean, the UK could actually go for 47. Wow, okay. So I can take that back. In a ranked game, I'd actually consider just suiciding 37 with the destroy my aircraft to pray for a good result, because I'm behind. Do I have to take that risk in this game? Cruiser, carrier, sub fighter. destroyer double fighter bomber. I'm gonna do Pearl. I don't really do Pearl in my Axis games. So it'd be an interesting change to do Pearl. I don't know if I'll do it light. Experienced players love to have their sub on Submerge, so I might be able to greed Pearl Light, which will be the first time I've done it. Yeah, I think I have to take a little bit of a risk here with Japan in Pearl. Now stacking 61. Can I even stack it? I'd have to block. No, I can't. I can't stack. If I hit Pearl, I can't stack. I will be hitting Szechuan. I gotta destroy a block. I want to do that. Yeah, this is a pretty crushing start for Japan, but I think the Allies definitely needed that result for it to be a game. At the very least, if I full commit to a navy, which is not ideal for Japan, if he does not go for a KJF, Japan will catch up next round. I can buy another 2 transports. And I might buy an aircraft around because I'm going to need pressure to kick the British out. If they... Wait, Allies could go for just a 2-ocean. UK stays around here and the Americans fully focus on. I've only seen that worked once, and that was by C. Brown. Alright, well this is definitely the buy. Pearl Light, I guess. Can't do Pearl Light. Do I have to risk Szechuan and do Pearl Light at the same time? If I just do Szechuan here, it helps Germany quite a bit. Because I eliminate all the Americans that can help Russia trade. So I completely cede to a KGF. Yeah. Do you know what? You know what? Let's just... I'm going to try a timing on... I can't even hit this. Safely. Because US would then pick up an artillery and could just stack or just wipe out my plane. Can I get away with this? Don't want to do that. I need units for my transports. I mean, actually, doesn't. I will do it this way, just in case it is a KJF and I can leave units in Philippines. But yeah, I have the block 36 here, so the destroyer does block both subs. He would only have double bomber and a fighter. There's no way the US can clear the blocker unless I fail to kill the fighter in Szechuan. Yeah, that's literally the only way that doesn't work, is if I fail to kill this fighter. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I preserved some more of my fleet. This sub is safe. I'll actually move my sub there, so if the UK doesn't want to go for Borneo as well, they have to commit fleet. I have a carrier double destroyer deploying in 62. What I want... KJF, I think Russia will hit this if he does get a hit back. Why I'm commit more. Unless I commit... Well, it doesn't matter what I have here, right? If I'm doing Szechuan, okay. I'll do this, and do that. 4 infantry and a tank should be more than enough to have at least 4 units left to stack against 3 and 1. If I get diced in Anhui, as long as I wipe out Szechuan, it does hurt, but the US cannot wipe them out, basically. UK does have an infantry, fighter, 2 bombers. I don't know. Like, normally the UK buys a tank so they can get extra pressure on Yunnan. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. I mean, double bomber on double carrier destroyer. Just to kill the carriers, I have to leave the battleship there. Which means... this fighter has to land on this carrier. And one of these fighters. Okay, that's fine. As long as I block this, it's fine. Right, I think that's it. I do think that's it. Alright, good luck to Japan, I think. Yeah, that's even more encouragement to do KJF. That's not good at all. And actually, the UK might still hit this. Yeah, that's probably one of the worst results that could have happened right there. That's... yeah, I mean, if the Allies are going to get their hitbacks here, Japan's going to fall pretty quickly. That's expected. Wow, hit back on every combat. Yeah, leaving Pearl and then Japan getting, well, the US getting above average dice and the Allies getting hits here as well. Yeah, this is definitely KGF material. One, two, three, four. Yeah, the fact that I failed that, this fighter does actually have range on this. So, cruiser, destroyer, carrier, fighter against two bombers, the fighter. One, two, three, four, five. Doesn't work. My planes would actually be safe in Manchuria. I want to go for more of a guaranteed hold there. Yeah, that's the most defining battle. UK has free reign to hit this, I do believe. Yeah, infantry and an air raid to kill these Japanese units is crushing. It would be very crushing. UK could then sack a transport to go take French Indo. It does kind of make East Indies iffy, but if he feels like he needs to make that move, he could definitely go for it. Yeah, that's all I have. Keep my carriers safe and pray. I think that's all I gotta say. Yep, that's definitely it. This buy might just scare off the allies anyway. And if it comes to it's just a standard kill Germany, I'll make sure to try and get my use out of these boats by doing some weird expansion somewhere. So they're not wasted sitting in 61. Yeah, that's crushing, that result. Yeah, it's pretty bad. All right. That'll be interesting, a KGF game. Paw Patrol. Okay, I did beat Paw Patrol in our reverse. So now I'm playing the Axis. Standard 4 and 2. Below average West Russia and then above average Ukraine. Such a pain. I could just stack Ukraine and do a tank build. Since Ukraine went so well, I will be hitting 10 again. Now, the battle for Ukraine, Russia round 2 is always favorable for Russia. I'm pretty sure. It's just whether or not Russia gets diced in that battle. The idea is stacking Ukraines to protect your planes. I would have to full commit. I have to split my. I don't mind trying the infantry AA gun play instead of the infantry artillery. Okay. I'm gonna go for more of a spread build instead of just the 6 tanks. Just in case 10 fails, I have to trade France. Yeah. I will go for this. Fine. I really hope. It's been a couple league games where triple hitbacks from the tanks, that's crushing. That's it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'll add some risk factor. I'll put the AA gun forward. Might shoot down a Russian plane. Alright. There's every attacker. There you go. Every attacker. Yep. Except the planes, I don't want to risk them. Right, good luck to the Germans. Let's do Ukraine first. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, yeah, this is going to be a quick game, I think. Yeah, that's such a bad result. Unfortunate, but that's fine as long as I win Sea Zone 5 with submarines alive. Yeah, this is gonna be a lost game, maybe. We'll see what happens here. These are some very good rolls. Okay, I'll take that. I'll definitely take that. It's unfortunate. I do normally want to have a sub alive. Yeah, that's a pretty bad result on Ukraine for this play. I'm completely hoping Russia gets diced. If Russia can get a successful strafe on Ukraine, it's pretty rough for Germany. I mean, anything can happen. It is early game. That's pretty bad. It's fine. Do not lose hope. Right, the reason I'm leaving a fighter here is so that the UK does not get any ideas of air raiding Bellow, the Bellow unit, and then Russia goes for an attempt to conquer Baltic states. If that kind of event is successful, then Russia would actually be very safe stacking Karelia. Russia 2 instead. I would not be able to really retaliate. My tanks would be blocked. I'd only have 3 infantry, so why I'm putting the fighter there. UK will put their fleet down because I have no fleet left. Pretty much it. Even if I put the extra fighter, I would have to purchase the bomber to potentially dissuade fleet drop. I do expect the UK to take France, so I'm actually happy I went for this buy, so I have more units to trade France instead of committing my tanks. Pretty much it. These two guys, I'm going to have 4, and I think I want 4 guys on Ukraine. Because if Russia does accidentally conquer, I can just all in Ukraine, and then it would actually switch into Axis favored. This is a very swingy battle. Like if Russia gets a very good trade, it is pretty much Allied favored, I would say. But if Russia accidentally conquers or gets diced, it's very bad attacking results, and I get very good defending ones. It's Axis, definitely Axis favored. Yeah, so 4 infantry, and the artillery, and then 9 tanks. Then I have 4 infantry and 5 tanks on Karelia. This is well defended. I will leave it on sack initially, but on Japan's turn, I want to change it back to keep, just in case Russia overextends on hitting Karelia and accidentally conquers, and I'll just crush it on my next turn. Five tanks. I do expect the transport to be wiped out. I'm just going to full deploy in Berlin. If the Allies do not kill the transport, then Germany actually has these infantry to pick up, put pressure on the Caucasus, or go down to Africa. Yep. All right. This is the Axis game versus Tenagle, yes. Okay, so what I'm going to quickly go do is go grab a drink. I'll come back and showcase the league table as it is right now. All these games are taking part in the ANA Club league tournament, I guess you could call it, on Discord. And then I'll get back to this game. Right. Sorry about that. I am back. Hey man, yeah. Appreciate the cheerleading squad behind me. Ilian Aliev. I'm sorry, I'm not good with pronouncing names, so I'm sorry if I completely butchered that. These are ANA League, Majors League games. I will quickly showcase the league table. As long as I have it up. Here we are. I think this is definitely the league table. I'm in the Majors League here. You got Wenzel, Slevin, Paw Patrol, Tanago, and Chief Wabedo. Again, I don't know how to pronounce some of these names if I've said them wrong. Yeah, so almost in the very close to Generals here, which is the top of the league. Yeah, Black Tide, General Jippy, and Regal and Fatty and Stewart and Better Stink, who are some of the top players here. Colonels, you got some super top players here as well. Rod, Drewise, Snake, Mel, Husky, and C-Kun, I think. C-Kun. Yeah. I played many games against Husky. Very good player. So yeah, I've won one. My Axis, one Allied, lost my other two Allied games to Wenzel. Yep, I actually lost that game that I showcased previous live stream. Yeah. And Chief won the game by round 2. His dice were just so decisive. I just could not do anything. But yes, sometimes the games just go that way. My game against Chief right now on the reverse, is very dicey. A very dicey game. Like I I didn't get the same easy win. But yeah. But that one's a pretty good game. Yeah, it's going alright. Very tough opponents. This one is against Denigel. So what has happened? This is the Axis game. I would say this is Allied favored. Wow, that's an annoying move. I can already tell. But the UK did get dice the previous round. I will show that. But let's have a look. So the US, Bomber Artillery, 9 Infantry. Yeah, pretty standard. Took Egypt. Great, that's what I wanted. Yeah, he's really showing up here. Ooh, do I have to air raid that? 2-3? I might have to air raid that with the Japanese. Kill both infantry artillery, because if I can do that, then I can secure Egypt for Japan. It was originally German. I have been trying to preserve German income over the Japanese one in Africa here, just to subsidize what I'm losing in Europe for Germany. And the Allies have been pretty successful with bombing raids, I think. I think they did. I think, yeah, the Allies lost their bombers, so they've stopped completely. Yes. 1-to-1 trade. No units lost. Unless Germany stacks Anglo-Egyptian Sudan, and then I stack Anglo-Egyptian Sudan with Japanese planes and take Egypt and air raid Libya. I would not normally recommend air raiding ground like that, but the idea behind if Japan goes for that, if it's left exposed, the UK could figure out. Yeah, the UK could send planes, right, to defend them. But if the option's there, I might take it as Japan just to kill the units, take Egypt, help stack Anglo, and then Egypt's mine. I could put an IC down potentially. Russia 4 infantry, 1 artillery. Lost 3 dudes in Ukraine. Really? Oh, because yeah, he had to guarantee Kazakh. Yep. Okay. Yep. Pretty rough. I'll take that. And lost 1 in Kazakh. Russia's very strong in this game, so I don't know how I'm going to win this one. Like, Japan has to try and stack Kazakh at some point. But Russia has been so well preserved and is so strong. That's not a joke. That's yeah, it's 44 infantry, 54 infantry if you include the artillery, 3 tanks and 2 fighters. That's ridiculous. But yeah, he's done every correct move. He's been trading everything with the UK for Russia. Well, the only move Germany's got is buying infantry. And I'm going to have to try and trade Italy by committing my planes. If a single plane gets shot down, Germany just dies quicker, pretty much. Yeah, at least this is easy for me to take. I think, yeah, Japan failed to take on their turn. So yeah, what happened on UK round 8 is I got some dice in Italy. I had 3 infantry and an AA gun in Italy because I took no losses taking Italy. So I put the AA gun there. The UK went in without any planes, and as you can see, got completely diced and lost everything. Lost 2 infantry, 2 artillery, and a tank. So I got a very good result there. Yeah, I guess, did I get a hit back from the US? I forgot. I did. Wow, that's very responsive. Very responsive Axis there. Yeah, did not commit planes because the AA gun was still alive. So the only moves I'm doing is Italy, Ukraine, West Russia. I can't even blitz this territory, that's so annoying. The reason I moved my tanks down was to dead zone a stack shift by either the UK or the US stack Italy, and then the other allied power would just stack France. That's why I moved my tanks there. Italy, Baltic, Ukraine, West Russia. I could probably get away with putting 1 German here, because if the UK trades, then Japan might actually get to conquer it themselves, and that'd be a net positive of 1 IPC for the Axis. It's not much, but it does add up. Too many Americans. I mean, the reason I'm trying to hard stack this so I can stack. All right. Well, I need to see Russia's odds on Persia here, so I could determine how many units I can move. Ideally, I move one out, so I have 4 here. Well, at least 2 Japanese infantry, and then I take Egypt. Axis, yeah, Persia. Okay, so we have yep. Yeah, 3 tanks, 2 fighters. It's not really improved much, but it's enough to swing it to a 50-50. I would say it's definitely worth Russia hitting. Did I buy any Japanese fighters last round? I did not. I do have an extra 1 here. I actually offered the Allies to hit Evenki with Russia, but they did not go over it. Yeah, actually, yeah, Japan failed to kill the infantry and Archangel, so Russia had an infantry, tank, 2 fighters. It's 2 infantry and a fighter. Russia did not take that, obviously. So if I leave the exact same unit count, but add 1 Japanese plane, Russia would then have a 25%. A 20% if I add this Japanese bomber as fodder. I can move these tanks across. Yeah, I can do that. Oh, that's fine then. I can work that out. Okay, yeah. Germany goes for Anglo-Egyptian Sudan. The only problem is if America just sacks a tank to take all that territory. So I might have to commit infantry tank and leave the infantry in Rhodesia just to block the tank blitz to Italian East. I'm trying to fight for every bit of IPC here. That's good. So I don't have to add anything. So I can move all these Japanese units across. I have, yeah, 2 extra tanks, so I might actually be able to spare a couple fighters to help defend this. Actually, that's not even possible, right? Yeah, it's 5-1. Oh, yeah, that's 2 dead zone. I mean, conquering it with Japan's fine. Okay, Germany runs away to Italian East. No problem, okay. Right, is there a UK bomber that can hit this bomber? No. I write down. Yeah, I wrote a note down that my opponent's bombing me pretty much consecutively. I go for 1 bomb on Moscow and it instantly gets shot down, so I just wrote a note. I think none of this matters, right? Just this whinging. On a good day, Germany will have 28, 31, 33, 35, 37. Yeah, 38 if I take that. Okay. I need to see the Allied odds on Karelia because the UK has 6 transports total. It's a pretty big attack. Let's switch over. So I would have, if I trade this, it would definitely be 22, or it'd be 21 if I take Archangel. The problem is this is a free hit, because I have to leave my Japanese planes here. I want to continue to stack Persia. We'll see. Yeah, roughly, yeah, -2, -3, +2, so 21, 2. Currently free planes. There are 8 Japanese planes in range. I suppose I could add the extra bombers. Need be. 2. That's 3 Japanese bombers if I have to. UK comes in with 6 infantry, 4 artilleries, and 1 tank, plus 1 more infantry, and then triple cruiser, 4 planes. Since I'm not trading Finland, that is correct. Okay. US then comes in with 4 and 4. Yeah, 2. Not an overly impressive attack from the US. 100% to defend myself. Good. I don't have to move my tanks anywhere. And 96 on its own. Good. Berlin. $39. Oh, well, at least 2, right? 2, so that's -4, so it's 35. And I have to commit 4 infantry. I'll do 3 and 1. And then +10. I don't know where the 7 fighters came from. That's currently that. I do actually have 8 Japanese fighters in range. The Allies can't hit either. Surely. UK 19. 3. That is the same. It's 20. Okay. 24. Yeah. US 18 minus. Yeah, so that'd be 6 to keep a full transport so that the US can get their bombard off. 94. Okay. I'm going to save the 3. I have to guarantee these trades, because if Germany just fails a single one, Germany just can't keep up with trading. Now the problem is this battle. I want to keep my German tanks here, so I can continue to dead zone Italy as much as I can. Yeah, Germany runs away to Italian East. Japan would then trade Anglo and Egypt. and maybe air raid Libya. I'll take the calculation off the screen. I did forget to do that. My bad. That is it. I mean, the AP lead is even, but the US, the France stack is just very decisive. France stack allows US to send units to Africa, and because Russia is attack power 86, I do think because Russia is so strong as well, it is slightly Allied favored. Yeah, sorry about the calculator. Yeah. That should be fine. Archangel, yeah, I don't mind committing an infantry. The UK wants to trade it, then Japan can trade it back. West Russia, Ukraine, Italy is the iffy one, right? If the AA gun gets a hit, I might have to sack my bomber off. Yeah, I have to because the fighter's included in the defense. Alright, well, don't think I'm missing anything. Get on with it. Good luck to the Germans. Pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Okay. Third time's a charm. Oh, it is. Alright. One, two, three, four. Yeah, the problem is Russia is so strong, I actually can't use my Air Force to Dead Zone 5. Because I have to continue to stack Persia. I have to threaten this every round. Good stuff. Fine. UK will trade it back. Can't really stop that. Good stuff. This is where the dice matter the most. Now that is a blessing. I'll definitely take that. Okay. If he gets a hit back, that's a decisive hit back. Yeah. I don't really want to sack a plane for that. That's a pretty bad. It's amazing I didn't lose a plane, but the fail to capture is Allies just stack Italy, right? Allies stack both. Can Allies stack both? If Allies stack, yeah, that's. I mean, the Allies don't have many fighters at their disposal. They only have a total of 7 in range. The problem is that that's 10 more Americans. Oh wow! I think if America could, no, UK goes as well. UK, that is, yeah, 10 more Americans and 10 more UK. That's not not good. Do I have to sack a bomber for this? it worth... If allies can stack both France and Italy, they can start trading Southern Europe. That's another tile that I just cannot keep up with trades. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. So this can be covered by Japan. 4, 5. That's still way too much for Germany to deal with. Oh, that sucks, man. I don't really want to sack that bomber off. Gonna have to, I think. Yeah, I can strafe. I can strafe one. I can strafe one. I can strafe. I do have my tanks. That's the good thing here. I do have my tanks. That sucks. That's 3 IPC less. Alright, well, I'll see. I don't know. I've not calculated if the allies can safely stack both. But yes, I can strafe one, and Germany can still buy 10 more units into Berlin directly. And I can retreat from Karelia if it is a really bad strafe. Yeah, I'm gonna have to bite the bullet. Yeah, exactly. With the bomber, I can strafe better. Yeah, it's still positive for Axis, but yeah. Italy fail is pretty brutal. Yeah, run away here. Yeah, just make sure I do this. And if I'm allowed to air raid this, I think I'll go for it. Because if I can air raid it, then the US cannot trade Egypt, which allows me to buy an Egypt IC. Industrial complex. So I can start investing into Africa slightly easier, which would actually buy more time for Germany because that's less Americans going to France. Yeah. That's completely safe on its own. If UK does decide to commit to Berlin, I do have 8 Japanese fighters. So yeah, this is fine. Not ideal, but it could be a lot worse. I'll commit 2 guys just to make sure I can trade Ukraine every round. If I just double check the calculator, yeah, 42, 2, 1 and 1. I have no AA gun, which kind of sucks. So maybe if the Allies increase their air force a bit more, I might actually buy an AA gun just for Berlin. Yeah, Japan. This configuration here, Japan actually failed to take back Alaska. It was a battleship, 3 infantry, and yeah, against 1 infantry, and I failed. That was a pretty bad result. But Japan got a pretty good result somewhere else that round. Yeah, there you are. Oh no, that was a pretty bad round for Japan. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that was a pretty bad round. All right. Yeah, this is good. This is all right. Yeah, that's the gap's too small. They will take over. Allies will take over. Yeah, this is a very tough game. I don't know how I'm gonna crack Russia. Maybe I just have to completely rely on failed Kazakh trade, but if that is the case, Russia will just sack their fighter. Yeah, I really hope he doesn't notice that move. I want to hopefully air raid this. 1, 2, 3, 4. If he puts a single fighter there, I can't really justify hitting it. Oh, what am I talking about? Oh, I have 2 Japanese planes. Yeah. I can hit it still. I mean, what, 2 infantry? 2 fighters against 4 aircraft? I don't know. He would actively have to sack his planes first to save the infantry. That's a high level move if you can identify that. I mean, you have to predict I'm going for an Egypt IC. Yeah, I mean, if he notices that and pulls it off, fair play. That's a very good move. Deliberately changing the defense profile to have the fighters die first to save the infantry, the US can still have the chance to trade Egypt. All right. That is all my turns. That took 2.5 hours. Okay. With that game, I'm only just receiving the message. So, which one was it? Yeah, buying the tanks. I do have that option. Yeah. Oh, this is the wrong game. This is the wrong game. Yeah, buying tanks. I have been doing that. I've been trying to go for a push timing. Yeah, buying tanks for India might be the play. I think I have to. For a round. I'll do it for a round because I want to alternate between infantry. So I have infantry to pull from Persia. I don't have to do that. I have this IC and these transports supplying units here. So I can pull from here. Yeah, okay. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. I guess I'll queue for... I might as well queue for a ranked. Yes, what time is it? Oh, wow, instant. What was that? Instant. What? That's never happened before. Jean Carlson. Okay, yeah, this is my current standing. I might as well just get on with it, right? I'm going to do my standard here. Picked up recently, I'm liking it. Nothing too thought-provoking here, just the standard 12-9. And hope for the best, of course. Okay. Below average start. It's not ideal. I need Ukraine to be successful, otherwise it'll be a quick game. I'm gonna go for a conquer. Oh, beautiful. Alright, so the great thing about this purchase is that it applies pressure to Karelia still, which is buying that extra tank. Not that it matters because my West Russia result was horrid. You apply the some more pressure to Ukraine, and the triple artillery buy applies a lot more pressure to Ukraine. This is an anti-Ukraine stack build with slight pressure on Karelia. I've had quite a bit of success with it so far. Germany could go hit the Caucasus here. I wouldn't recommend it. It's something Paw did against me. Paw Patrol did in our first league game. Went for Caucasus because there was free artillery there. That is it. Russia won. I will put the AA gun there. Not played this opponent before, so we'll see what he can come up with. While I wait for my turn, I will look at some of the other games I've actually not taken my turn yet. Or my opponent's not taken their turn. That would be Chief. Yeah, just Chief, alright. Yeah, this is another major league game here. Very dicey, very, very dicey and bloody game. Because of round 4. Japan lost 6 fighters, 2 infantry and a bomber. I went for a play for India to try and hold it. To try and hold India after Russia hits it. But that did not work. I took heavy losses. That was a massive loss for the Axis. Russia traded it, and then Japan managed to pull off a retrade and then block Persia because Russia went all in on India and did not trade Kazakh. So Japan got some dice there. That was some good dice. I actually opted for the East Indies IC, which I don't normally go for. I figured might as well let's just go hard at India because Germany was stacking Ukraine at the time. Anything important of notes, just standard. Above average West Russia and then slightly below average Ukraine. I think I did the split. Yeah, I think I did, yeah. 07, 10, yeah, okay. Took heavy losses on the Ukraine retake. I went for a Ukraine stack. This is what I was on about. The tanks got a triple hit back in the first round, lost 3 infantry, which made it a very prime target for Russia to strafe. Got a very good result. I killed 5 infantry, 4 tanks, and artillery, leaving a tank left. and retreated with a fighter, 3 infantry, 2 artilleries, and 3 tanks, lost 8 infantry. And Russia greeded that round, moved the fighter to attack another target, Bury. So, the Chief has shown me to be a very ambitious and aggressive player. So, I'm trying to offer him battles that are dicey, so hopefully he gets overzealous and gets diced. When you play people, if you play people often, you can start to build a portfolio of their playstyle. And considering how risky his Axis game when he was playing the Axis, he did Sea Zone 10, 11 and 7, hit West Russia, and then also stacked Ukraine when I had conquered it, I think. So he threw Germany everywhere. He did like one of the most ambitious Germany round ones you could think of, and pulled it off to great success. He did fail Sea Zone 7, but the fact that I had the battleship left was just not enough to justify continuing, because Russia got diced on the Ukraine strafe. Completely diced, so I just threw in the towel because the UK, or yeah, so Russia got diced in Ukraine, then Germany stacked the Caucasus. I had prepared a force to wipe out the Caucasus with the UK. I had 4 infantry and artillery, 2 fighters and a bomber against I think it was infantry, 3 tanks, and I failed to conquer. So yeah, I just forfeited. That was a very crazy game. This is a crazy game as well. I've had to really exert myself forward to try and buy Japan time so that they can recover after losing all their aircraft. Alright, well, I'm going to sit and wait. I don't really want to queue for another game, because I have a lot of league games going on, and the team club games will be starting soon, so I don't want to put too much on my plate. I'm hoping to finish my league games before that starts, and I don't want to start any more ranked. So I will wait. If you have any questions, do feel free to ask. I think if nothing changes, I'll probably stop streaming in 15 minutes because it is getting late. I'm actually going to see if Friday Night Blitz is on tonight, because I might tend if they need a spot. I'm not sure. I don't know if I want to pull another all-nighter. Okay, well, I would hate to waste your guys' time, so I think I will end it here. I do appreciate everyone who attended, and I do appreciate your time. Appreciate the chats here. Some faces I do recognize from my comments, so always a blast to conversate. So I will be ending the stream here. So yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate your time, and I'll catch you in the next one.